are on our way to Ewing, Illinois, where we're going to spend the night before tomorrow morning we pick up the Mustangs. I'm super excited about this. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll know that I got accepted along with my student Franny into the Mustang Tip Challenge for the Midwest Fair, which is going to be in Wisconsin in April. So we're picking up the Mustangs tomorrow, which I think is January 11th, maybe 10th. And then we have the Mustangs for 100 days before we head to Wisconsin for the competition in April. So we're pretty excited about that. It's a bit of a crazy start so far. You can probably see that we're going through a bit of a snowstorm. And the crazy thing is we haven't had any snow like all winter. December and January have been totally weird months. And of course, the day that we have to drive 14 hours to go to Illinois, it is a snowstorm. And last night, I actually spent the night in the hospital because I had a I'm not going to say it right, a sub something or other hematoma, which I guess is relatively more common in IVF pregnancies. So if you didn't know, I'm pregnant, just over 12 weeks, due in July. And so that was scary, that was not fun, but my baby still has a good heartbeat, so we're crossing our fingers that everything goes well. The doctor did say that I could go down to Illinois. And so thank goodness Franny is now a fully licensed driver, or like out of her G1 stage, so she's able to help with the driving. So I'm not pulling like a 24-hour drive, we're taking turns, but it's so far an interesting start to a trip. I'm not really sure how it's going to go from here, but I'm excited to share this with you guys. So we arrived finally in our destination. We're in Mount Vernon, I think it is, Illinois. And it was a really long drive. It's like 9 p.m. our time. So not looking forward to tomorrow and how long a day that's going to be, having to get the horses at 8 a.m. and kind of pushing back our time, but really excited to meet them and to have our first Mustang pickup tomorrow. And right now we're just enjoying a supper at Applebee's before we go tuck in for the night. Good morning! We had a good night's rest at the hotel, and now we are off on our way to go to the Ewing Corral Center, or I don't know what it's called, the Corral Center, but the holding pens I think is what they're called. So we're pretty excited. We've never been to a Mustang holding facility before, so our pickup time is at 8 a.m., which is 50 minutes from now, and this drive is only 30 minutes, so we're feeling pretty good that we're on time, on schedule, and it's a beautiful, clear day. So here we go. Is it going? Yep. So there it is. That's the...
In 300 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
Well, there you go. GPS just told us, but yeah, that's the corral pens, so that's pretty cool. We can see all the feeding stations and the fencing that they've got there. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty big spot. Lots of space to roam. Okay. The Ewing Wild Horse and Burro Holding Facility. Oh, there they are. Our horses are somewhere in there. It's so exciting. It's pretty cool. Looks like they have them penned off of the grass areas for now. We do that with our horses at home too, so they don't kill all the grass in the winter time. Hey guys, so here's a little up close look at the holding facility. You can see all the cute little faces. Look at all the cute little faces. So they're separated into different pens, and you can see that they put the hay out front. So it's kind of nice that they still, you know, they look at humans, and they're obviously not gentled yet, but they at least see people and they're not scared of us. So I don't know, I'm so excited. So anyways, we're gonna go and do our paperwork, and then we'll see what happens next.
Bill of sale, okay. Health record, Coggin, your horse, loadout sheet, buy number. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Best of luck.
Exciting times ahead.
Absolutely.
For the paperwork and getting ready, they put the truck and the skid steer up to stabilize the panels, and the trailer's all ready. We put the hay on the ground to make sure it's going to be safe for the ponies, and we're getting ready. Here's a little look at them doing some sorting, getting them ready into the different pens and different chutes, so that way we're going to be able to get the right horses where we need to go.
This is the part where we started playing the song Mustang Sally.
And you can see how, you know, we really have a lot of work ahead of us just because how scared they were to pass the single human there. So even though, you know, they're in corrals and they see people, they're definitely by no means gentle at this point. Okay, there you go. He's a little black one. So he's got to try to sort them out. So mine is the little black guy. So right now they're just trying to sort him. He's that little black one right there that just ran right through. So I think he got sorted into the individual pen. And now they'll move these other guys back. So now he's gonna go over to where my little black horse is. Now that he separated him out, he's gonna move him into the other pen where Franny's horse is. And so you can see that I'll have some gentling work ahead of me because they move him around with the sticks and the flags. So then I'll have to teach him some confidence with that. But there he is. First little look at my little guy all on his own. There he goes. There he goes. First little look at my little fella getting sorted into the individual pen. Oh, he's not sure he wants to go over there by himself. There he goes. There they are meeting for the first time. Oh, good girl. You sniff stuff. So they're getting ready to come from their little pen.
We're good. Yep.
Oh, there we go. That's Franny's little horse. Here comes my little guy. There he is.
Come on, kids. Let's go. Come on.
They're kind of shooing them through. Into the gate. Onto the trailer. There we go. Toss the door. And we're good. We got 2 Mustangs in the trailer. Beautiful. Nicely done, guys.
Thanks, Andy.
You are so dirty. Hi. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Hi, pretty. Aww. Hey, guys. How you doing? So guess what? We're unhitching. Why are we unhitching? Well, of course, my truck would decide that it needs to have another breakdown. The power steering's starting to go. So we're at our 3rd auto shop. We are now at the Dodge dealer in Springfield, Illinois, and we are unhitching. They said they'll put it up and they'll take a look at it, let us know if it's safe to drive back to Canada. So it's definitely irritating to always have truck problems. And but anyways, we're unhitching. The horses should be okay, and we'll take a little peek. Are there Mustang ponies in there? Can't really see them, but they're in there somewhere. Hey guys, so we are back on the road. The auto shop said that we should be safe to get back to Canada. So for whatever reason, our power steering does not work when we are at super slow speeds. So navigating the parking lot is rather difficult, but apparently we're fine when we're going, you know, at least 5 kilometers an hour or more. So we're okay on the highway, and they say that it shouldn't get worse on our drive back to Canada. So we're trusting in their advice, and we are on our way back to Canada. It unfortunately has added like a good 2 hours to our day, which our ETA headed back is currently, I think, at about 2:30 a.m.
Oh, jeez.
Which means we have a good 9.5 hours ahead of us, and that means that along the way we are going to have to stop. We're going to have to stop at the border, where they're probably going to give us heck over Franny's horse only costing $25, because the BLM has age discrimination where they only charge $25 if you're a youth, but apparently if you are an adult, you have to pay $125. So I'm not really sure why that is, but in any event, they are probably not going to believe us that our horse was $25. They probably won't even believe me that mine was $125. So that's going to add a decent stop there, as well as we are going to have to pee, especially me because I'm pregnant, so I pee like every 2 hours. And we're also going to have to eat, and the truck is going to need to have diesel. So once we add in all of those stops, we are going to get in at a time of day that we're going to call stupid at this point. Is pretty much stupid morning time is how that's going to go. So this trip in particular has been particularly trying, I would say. I have really bad luck with trucks driving, but this trip has been rather hard. So I feel like I'm being tested right down to the fact that we were supposed to pick up our Mustangs on Saturday morning because Franny wasn't going to take the time off of school. But because of the paperwork and things like that, we actually had to change around our plans because the USDA office wouldn't let somebody else take our paperwork, and so that meant that we had to come ourselves, which meant that they weren't open on a Saturday, so we had to come on a Friday, which meant that our non-refundable hotel that we booked, because it's cheaper when you do a non-refundable, we ended up having to just abandon. So there is a hotel booked tonight at the Comfort Inn Suites if anybody wants to take that up. Although by the time I post this video, it'll be a little bit too late, so sorry about that. But, so that was the first test, and then probably the next test would be the fact that I had that miscarriage scare and was in the hospital literally the hour before we left for this trip to come here. And then along the way, we've had the next test of the truck, deciding that the power steering was going to go. So we also had a snowstorm on the way down, which was also lovely. But right now the weather's good, so we're going to cross our fingers on that. And if you're wondering why I don't just get a new truck, the answer is my husband has this theory that if you have an old truck, then you won't have to have a monthly payment. The problem is that I am making the payments anyways in repairs, and I'm lacking the reliability and the safety of having a new truck. So I don't know, maybe when I get home I might win that battle that I can have a new truck, but I will keep you posted on that. Definitely do not hold your breath on that one though. Although I would love to see your comments of support, or maybe not support, your opinion on old trucks versus new trucks. This one that I'm driving, that I own, well, I'm not driving, Franny's driving right now. I'm being good, you know, she's driving, I'm on the phone, and we're abating the lot. She's taking care of that for me. This is an 04 Dodge Ram, so it's 15 years old. It's only got 238,000 kilometers on it. I don't know what that is in miles for you USA folks that follow me, but it's relatively young in kilometers for a diesel truck, but body is very, very, very old, obviously being 15 years old, so it's got, you know, different things that come up with it. So yeah, this trip, a very trying trip. Hopefully the rest of it goes smooth, the next 9.5 hours of driving with stops. So that's gonna be fun. We'll do another little update when we probably either get to the border or when we take the horses off the trailer. Otherwise, it's been pretty good. I was pretty impressed with the facility at the BLM, the corral pens. I mean, other than, you know, there's like a lot of mud, obviously, and bad footing, but that's the time of year, and you can only do so much maintenance when you can't, you know, drive tractors around in there, around the horses and stuff. So, but otherwise, like, you know, the panel's very safe, you know, the shelter's very good looking, you know, really nice hay set up for them, and automatic waters. The horses looked, you know, healthy, dirty, but healthy, and the people were really nice. You know, I thought it was a really nice facility, so that was pretty good. And the way that they loaded the horses on the trailer, I thought that went pretty smoothly, so hopefully you guys agree with that when you saw the clip a little earlier. But I'm going to stop rambling now, and we'll give you another update when something more interesting happens. So bye for now. Alright, so we are stopped in Michigan. It's midnight now, and Franny and I are both really tired, and our ETA home wouldn't be still until like 7 in the morning, so there's no way we're going to safely drive through the night. So we booked into a hotel and we're just getting the horses hay and water inside the trailer. It's basically like a giant box stall in here with nice shavings for them to sleep on. There's lots of hay for them. So they're pretty happy in here. They're really calm. We're not going to be worried about them over the night, but we're going to get some sleep and make sure we can give them a safe drive home tomorrow. So hopefully all goes well tomorrow. So we are heading off on leg 2 of our journey back from picking up our Mustangs. Last night we made the decision to stay safe and get a hotel. So we got really lucky. We found this place that's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So it's really nice for the horses because it wasn't like in a city kind of central area. We didn't have to worry about anybody bugging the horses or anything like that. So this was their setup here in the parking lot, and our room was like literally just right there. So they're in there and we've been giving them hay and water. It's kind of like a really large box stall for them. They've been doing really well, so they're pretty calm and we're excited to get home. So now that we're rested up and safe travels ahead, let's go. Hey guys, we just arrived at home. We're really excited. We've set up the panels in a little chute and we've got the field all ready, so we're about to open the doors and let the horses say hello to -10 Canada. Yay, hello, back at home. So here we go.
Watch out! Any final words, Lindsay?
I'm just excited for the journey to begin, and they're finally home, and it's hopefully they're really excited to be here too and off the trailer, but I'm so glad that everything went safe. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Make sure you like this video, comment with what you want to see during the Mustang Training Challenge, subscribe for updates, and I'll be in touch.